Hello and welcome to traders and investors, and I'm glad to present you the daily market review prepared by analysts and experts from fx.co portal. Here we go. And we're starting with euro-dollar pair with Din Lao. On Wednesday, the EURUSD pair reversed in favor of the US dollar and consolidated below the 50% corrective level at 1.1630. Thus, the downward movement may continue toward the next Fibonacci level of 61% at 1.1578. A rebound from the 1578 level or consolidation above 1630 would favor the euro and support a resumption of growth toward the 38% corrective level at 1.1682. The wave structure on the hourly chart currently remains straightforward. The latest completed downward wave broke below the previous low, while the latest upward wave did not even come close to the previous peak. Therefore, the trend remains bearish. The temporary ceasefire between Iran and the United States supported the bulls, but at an entire month. However, this was followed by a collapse in hopes for a lasting peace. Bulls will only be able to launch a meaningful offensive if Iran and the United States sign an interim agreement and stop violating the terms of the ceasefire. On the 4-hour chart, the pair continues to trade between the 23 corrective level at 1.1569 and the 38% corrective level at 1.1667. However, the market is not rushing to open positions or draw conclusions, and at the moment we recommend focusing primarily on the hourly chart, as price movements have remained relatively weak in recent weeks. No emerging divergences are currently observed on any indicator. Let's trade with the MACD indicator. It's time for GBPUSD. Jakub Novak presents. Today you can plan to buy the pound upon reaching the entry point near 34.02. Targeting growth toward 34.52. Around 34.52, you could plan to exit buy positions and open sell positions in the opposite direction, expecting a movement of 30-35 pips. Pound growth today can be only expected after weak US data. Before buying, make sure that the MACD indicator is above the zero mark and just beginning to rise from it. You could also plan to buy the pound today in the event of two consecutive price tests of 1.3384, while the MACD indicator is in oversold territory. This will limit the pair's downward potential and lead to a market reversal. Growth toward the opposite levels of 34.02 and 34.52 can be expected. Today, you could plan to sell the pound after a breakout below 33.84, which would lead to a rapid decline in the pair. The key target for sellers will be 1.3342, where you could plan to exit sell positions and immediately open buy positions in the opposite direction, expecting a movement of 20-25 points from the level. Pressure on the pound will return today if strong data are released. Before selling, make sure that the MACD is below the zero mark and just beginning to decline from it. You could also plan to sell the pound today in the event of two consecutive price tests of 1.3402, while the MACD indicator is in overbought territory. This will limit the pair's upward potential and lead to a downward market reversal. a decline toward the opposite levels of 1.3384 and 3342 can be expected. That's all for today. See you online soon.